3 flats. It's a big slip. You! We're having fun. We're off doing the Big Coast Loop today, which is one of the longer gravel loops in Wellington, which goes around the coast to Lake Wairarapa, all the way up over the Rimutaka Cycle Trail. It's a big ride, it's like 6 hours. What an epic crew. We'll take you along for the ride. Climbing up the first bit of the bay. It's absolutely filthy. Getting soaked. We're having fun. What a beautiful wee bay. Yes. More punctures. So you've got to be prepared to do a lot of walking if you're going to come and do Big Coast. It's very sandy, but it's pretty wild, hence its name, the Wild Coast. Flats. So yeah, definitely bring lots of tubes and mechanical stuff if you're going to come do this lap, because the coast part is really rough and we've had 3 punctures already. But yeah, this bottom part is called the Wild Coast. It's the very bottom point that goes around, and then we're about to get to the lake right now, over around here. And then it's a big, about 40 k's up to the Rimutaka rail trail. Yeah, it's going to be a long day. It's a big slip. Now up the lake. A notoriously windy lake. Still soaked. Right now, we're down the flat and we're back onto the trails again, the Rimutaka Cycle Trail, to climb over the Rimutaka hill back into Wellington. It's finally stopped raining. rail trail. It's an old rail line. And this is extremely popular with tourists, so there's lots of e-bikers around, but it's an absolutely stunning country. Got lots of train tunnels to go through. It's a nice steady gradient. We're headed towards that saddle over there, and then there's some tunnels. And we come out near the top of the Rimutakas. Look at the misty mountains. I'm just so stoked it stopped raining. Stopped for a pie up at the classic dairy in Upper Hutt, and then next on the list is the Hutt River Trail all the way down to Petone to complete a day on the bike, which has been extremely wet, but a good adventure ride. Last hour or two home. Look at the state of it. We've had yet another puncture, and we're only 10k from pizza and beer. We're at 160k.
Medieval? Is that vegetarian?
Tom, don't do slice for a slice.
I'm currently in Japan and the milk trucks just play this insane music. Alright guys, well that wraps up my video on the Rimutaka Cycle Trail. I've used a couple of words interchangeably there, which is confusing. So you can think of the cycle trail in 4 parts. You've got the coastal bit, you've got the big road section that goes up by the lake, and then you've got the rail trail which goes over the top of the Rimutakas, and the Hutt River Trail that takes you back down into Petone. You can do it in either direction. I think most people would actually go the opposite direction to what we did, which was we did the coast part first. I think really you just want to look at what the wind is doing by the lake, because that is the most wind affected part. Oh, like the difficulty, I would say it's difficult because it's really long. We went from Wellington, so added in that little bit extra. That's what most of the local people would do, which makes it 170 for me, so big day. The coast part is hard because it used to be a lot more rideable than it is, but there's been a couple of slips and other things, which has meant, as you saw, there's a lot of walking in some really soft sandy stuff, so be prepared for that. Be prepared for punctures and being self-sufficient. There is no resupply, and there is very little until you get round to the Wairarapa. So if you get a mechanical on the coast part, you're going to be walking out. So it makes sense to go with people, and also makes sense to carry a whole bunch of stuff. because we had 4 punctures. The rail trail part is super nice. It's one of the more popular touristy rides, so that part is absolutely fine. I mean, one of our guys rode it on a road bike, so very easy. So I'd say overall, the gravel rating is sandy beach rail trail road. It's got everything. So yeah, I think a gravel bike's not a bad choice for this at all. I'd say it's right in the perfect kind of category, really. I think a mountain bike would be overkill for the vast majority of it, and I still think even with a mountain bike you would struggle to ride some of those really soft bits. So I think, yeah, gravel bike is perfect. Overall difficulty, I would put like 8 out of 10 because it's just a really long day, and overall I would probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10, just because there's big boring road section which is not that fun really. The Hutt River Trail is pretty nice, but it's nothing too special. So the real highlights are the Wild Coast section, which is beautiful and very difficult, and then the rail trail section, which is not difficult but quite scenic. Yeah, that's my wrap up of what we call Big Coast, but is also known as the Rimutaka Cycle Trail.